Alright, alright. What's up, everyone? How are you doing today? We get the YouTube chat over here. Bonk. Live chat, there we go. Alright. Let me get you guys on the Twitch shine some little something for the background. There we go. Yeah. So, oh wait, why did I get a ping? Thing important. Anyway, we will be finishing getting level 300 today. It should be like 30 minutes or something to get it. Should be somewhat quick. And then we're gonna finish cooking the earthquakes. What we got here? I was just doing some... Oh, we got something very good actually. I was just doing some Asmodans while I was prepping stuff. And everything else is trash. Nice, okay. Oh. Oh, forgot to list them, nice. Needed one of those. Yeah.
There is magic in all things.
Get this done. That's probably the last Forgotten Wisdom we are ever gonna pick up. Because after this one, we should be 300. Just gonna quickly get 300, then go back to our Earthquake Paladin. And see if we can finish getting the funnies done. Am I lagging? Oh yeah. Our latency is quite high right now. Let me see if I have something open that shouldn't be opening. Opened, I mean. Nope. That is definitely weird, but what can you do? The stream is fine though, right? It seems like it, so it's just a game server kind of issue. Anyway. We got a bunch of bossing to do. Let me go to town, clear the inventory. So, bam, put that there. Anything else? That goes there, that goes there. For the Barb. I have space for all of you. Yes, I do. Nice, okay. This living still... Will it be enough? Maybe I'll have to do some of the other bosses as well. We'll see. First of all, where's our guy? There we go. So we need 700. Each 100 is like 20 kills, so that means we need 100, 140 kills. Do I have 140 kills here? Probably not. So we might have to do some duel to get the last few we need. That or we can go do doggo. We have a bunch of doggo to do actually. Honestly, I wish I had placed those uniques a bit lower. Oh yeah, this guy drops the boots I was talking about for our earthquake build. I wanna test it out with the advance shoes, just in case advance is doing a significant amount of damage. Because our boots realistically don't give us anything besides like a bit of stats. So we're not losing much, and if it gives like, let's say advance is doing 10% damage, and if it starts doing like 20%, it would actually be more, it would be like more 30% or something. That would be quite good. We'd want GA on an advanced chance to deal double damage if we run those boots. Yeah, there seems to be like server-side lag. Because the streaming is doing very well, as far as I can tell, so it's probably just server-side. It be what it be. And we got our boy Belial. Nice. I didn't mean to drop that one. Gonna have to pick up a bunch of trash here. Where did you go? It was a very decent Lucian's. Dropped on the ground accidentally. Is this the one? Yes, okay. It's not the best, it is only 13%, but that's good enough if it ends up getting a mythic, you know? That's good enough. Okay, very good run this short. Yeah, I should open Diablo trade up, huh? Like the last few days I've not been giving Diablo trade enough attention, I'm not gonna lie. There we go, it's open. We can receive trades now. Little daddy.
They were nothing. Did you truly think all of this would be that easy? You think you've won? This is just
Not getting the boots though. I mean, we're getting the boots, just not the GA pair of them, I guess. Oh, there we go. We got the GA pair of them. Maybe? Was it them actually? Nope. Unlucky.
they were nothing. Did you truly think all of this would be that easy? You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
Our ping went down. Nice. Well, I don't think we have I don't think the Fresh League patch for a PoE 1 is out yet, is it? I've not seen anything about it, like, at all. And it's like, it's 2 days from now, or like 3 days. I kinda wanted to see what they are doing to see if I'm gonna play it or not. We got to J of something, I didn't even see what it was. Oh, huge. Butcher's Cleaver Trilogy. Big. Ooh, very nice. We're getting some gear to sanctify on our Paladin. It's nice. I'm not gonna lie, after level 300, I don't know if I'm gonna bother doing smaller bosses or not, or if I'm just gonna do Belial.
This is just the beginning.
Wait, you know what? Having a G on cooldown is probably... I didn't even notice this had cooldown on it, actually. This GA cooldown could actually be useful. And click on the gloves, dude. Yeah. The thing with that is, technically Lucians is just... I found a way on that build. I think I found a way to spam Lucians. It's not... like, it's definitely not gonna be that play, like, for, just generally playing with it. But, for pushing, maybe. Nah, it's probably not worth pushing with that build, though. I'll do a couple of tries to get something decent going. But I'll not try super hard to make it work.
They were nothing. Did you truly think all of this would be that easy? You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
Yeah, I don't think this will be enough. We'll get close. We'll get close to 300, but we'll for sure need to go kill some Duriels or maybe Doggos. Probably Dog. I'll try Doggos first. Ooh, we're lagging a bit already. We're gonna have to reset to delete that loot pile, huh? The boots. Don't even have space for that run. Unlock it. Wait, let me check. Ground. Okay. Let's reset instances and come back. Put all our rooms in here. I need to sell all of the rooms I'm not using. Probably sell them for a bit. Or I could just fuse them. Right? That's an option. Ooh, okay, that's exactly kinda what I wanted. We'll have to see if we need a cooldown or not, though, but that should be fine. It'd be nice if we could go past the 75% cooldown cap. That would make the proc illusion with Fanatism Aura much easier. But I think if I put 2 keys on it and I spam it, I can cast it fast enough. Great. Yeah, it's I'm just getting level 300 now, just quickly getting it, and we're gonna go back to the earthquakes once I get the 300. Just getting that that out of the checklist, you know, the 300 out of the checklist. In the list, 183 now. If you just kill bosses, it's quite fast, right? You just gotta kill bosses 24/7 though. Like, for example, when I started this at the start of the stream, I needed to kill 140 bosses, at least of this level, to get it. We are much closer. We started with 200, We're already 500. We already got like 300, right? Now we just need 500 more and we are 300. So maybe 25 extra minutes and we should get it. Maybe 30 minutes. And this is not the fastest boss, right? If you do this on Urivar, it's much faster. Urivar just has much better spawning. About 30, 40. Yeah, that's probably more than enough with the level you're at. Like, this last level is basically like, what? 1 hour to do the last level with just boss killing. The ones before this one are of course much easier to do. Because we have to get 1 billion XP, yeah. 1 billion XP. For the last level. Might do one more reset of the instance, because I feel like it's already starting to lag a bit again. So I might do one last reset. Reset dungeons, there we go. Okay, should be the last reset for this guy, and then after this guy we're gonna kill the wolf a bit. That should give me the last few levels I'll need after I'm done with this. I'm probably gonna be out of here with 700 or so. Then I'll have to see what I'm gonna do with the rest of my boss mats. If I'm just gonna try and sell them off, or what I'll do about them.
Think all of this would be that easy? You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
Like, there's a bunch of stuff I still wanted to try this season. I'm not sure how longer I'm gonna play it. This has already been the season I played the longest. Is Masterworks uncle lots of items to get pushed to the variant gear ready. Yeah, I'm still missing some stuff on the for my earthquake build as well, but I don't know if I'm gonna bother. Like, that's one of the things I don't like about sanctification too much. Like, I like sanctification generally speaking. But my biggest issue is that... Okay. The thing is... A system like sanctification, I feel needs good trade in order for it to succeed. Because like, I would like for sanctification to be tradable. Like, but not with the trading system we have right now. With the trading system we have right now, it would be a mess. Because my issue is, no matter how much I grind, if I'm missing 1 or 2 sanctifications, I'm just, you know, there's kind of no point in trying to, like, push in a way. Because I can always do better by just getting luckier. That's kind of the one issue I have with it. Because, for example, the same mechanic that you have on PoE, which is corrupting an item, it's basically the same thing at the end of the day. The item becomes unmodifiable, and it can get a really strong modifier on it. But what happens on PoE is that you can trade the item, right? Even if for some reason you get something that's not good for you, you can trade it. Right? Maybe someone can make use of it. Not only that, if there's something you really want for a build, you can just grind, and even if you yourself don't drop it, eventually you're gonna be able to buy it off someone else. But that's not something that, you know, you can have on Diablo right now. And what that kind of ends up making is that sanctification ends up becoming a source of frustration. The more and more you engage with it, the bigger source of frustration it becomes. Like, for example, if you... this is basically gacha in a way, right? That you're just continuously pulling the lever trying to get something. So comparing to gacha games do a thing which is eventually... because they don't have trade there, right? So what they do is eventually you get the banner character, right? There's a character that's the key thing for that like slot machine, let's call it, and eventually you will get it 100%, right? There's a PT system. Here again, it wouldn't make sense to a PT system. The fix should be what you have on PoE, which should be being able to trade. But again, Diablo does not have the infrastructure to actually have proper trading in the game. So they can't... the solution already exists, kind of deal, but they can't implement it because it wouldn't work in the game as it is right now. It sucks. If you get a 750, it's fine on some items. Like, if it's not your main weapon, generally being 750 doesn't matter too much. Your main weapon kinda needs to be 800, but everything else, it doesn't matter too much. Like, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of the season, almost all of the season that I played before, I've gotten my character to a point where I feel satisfied with like the journey, right? This season I didn't get that. This season I don't feel satisfied where my character is at, because I know it can get, it's not like, oh, I can make it like 2% better, right? At that point it's kind of whatever, but I know I can make my character do at the very least 2 to 3 times more damage. But there's no way for me to reliably get there. No matter what I do, there's no way for me to reliably get there. Besides just keep pulling the slot machine and hoping to get lucky. There's nothing else I can do. Yeah, I mean you need good rolls, but you know, I have a 0.5 750 Rama with Grandfather. That's fine. I would like it to be 800 and have GA on the resource, of course, but you know, fine. Like again, that's a small thing that doesn't make too big of a deal. I'm like, I would be happier with something slightly better, but like it's a small upgrade, it's not a big deal. But completely missing Vehement, completely missing Starless, it's a big ass deal, right? I guess literally the difference between me being able to do 115 and being able to do 120. Like in previous seasons, it was basically, oh, you're missing a couple of GAs. Maybe if you get like full GAs, you might be able to do one extra pit or something, you know? But this season it's not like that at all. Or not, but soon I have to push variants for all three and then time to test. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, so League is kind of a weird situation because it completely enables a different variant of builds, but it's still like, it's still something I would love it existing if, you know, we could have it in a way that was tradable, if the game could allow for that. But you know, again, I don't want Sanctification gear to be tradable the way trading is right now in the game. It would just go very, very bad. We're about to end our Griggs. I want to see what they will do with solo self farm though. We'll see if they implement it correctly or not. But even if they do, I don't think that's an excuse for them not to actually try to make trading a better experience in the game. Because people clearly want to do it. Like, there's a substantial amount of people that want to engage in trade. Even when it's in a really bad state like it is right now. You have to go to a third party site, have to deal with all of that, right? Then there's not even an API. You have to copy the name, add the person, add each other, make sure to remove it after you're done with the trade, so your friends list does not suddenly become overflowed. And people still do it. Some of them, like me, a bit how do you say that? Begrudgingly? How do you say this word? Like, not necessarily wanting to, but doing it anyway. Whatever, you know? Yeah. But there are a lot of people that just want to do it. And, like, if it was a good I love trading in PoE, because it's a really good experience. I don't quite like trading in Diablo 4 at all. I have to do it if I want to be somewhat competitive, but, like, I'm not necessarily a fan of it. That's why I'm hoping they actually do solo self-fund right. Because then I can just, you know, I'll just compete on the solo self-fund. We'll see if that becomes like the default or not. Hopefully it becomes the default. With how bad trading is in D4, I really hope that becomes the default. Honestly, I'm not too convinced it will be, because I really feel like the D4 community, it's all about unga bunga big numbers. Oh, big number better. Even when that is not even true, you always, like, I've been in the in the creator community of D4 for way too long. I've noticed that's a trend. That's why I put numbers big on the thumbnails, right? Because that's what people click on. That's what people care about, for better or worse. So if you're playing softcore, if you're playing solo self-fund, you're never gonna do as big numbers for someone that's trading and getting all the GA gear. So I wonder how the perception is gonna be when it comes out. It missed the most important stat. God damn it. Oh, we're lagging. Oh. Okay, we don't have a lot more to do. We have what? Okay, this is actually one more for the XP, but yeah. Luckily this season's not the departure for solo, its goal is not the bottleneck. I mean, it's not the bottleneck, yeah, but I would say you still want a lot of gold this season to craft mythics, to buy runes and stuff like that, to craft the mythics.
Locked.
Did we get... Oh, I was almost right. I said 700. We'd get out of here with 700 mil. Close. Oh yeah, let's go to the doggo. Fostering classes. Yeah, I mean, because the thing is... For example, you have I know for a fact there are people, I'm not gonna name anyone, but there are people that literally like clickbait. Because like the numbers I put big numbers, but they are actual big numbers with the best optimal version of the build. But I know people put like quacks and Fists of Fate and stuff like that on builds that would be better off. Like their overall DPS would be better off without those things. For example, running quacks on a lunging build. Right? That's just dumb. But technically speaking, you'll get your biggest hit with that. You'll have that less DPS, but the biggest hit you'll get by running a Quacks run. Right? For example. And I know there are people that do that because, you know, they get to put a big number even though it's not really the best. Like, personally, that really ticks me off, but a lot of people just don't care. Or either don't care or they don't know they're getting baited by it, which is more likely, perhaps. Like, for example, on when lunging was good, because of that, I had so many people, because like I was not recommending quacks on the lunging build, because it made no sense to run quacks. You could even go to the top leaderboard clears, and no one was running quacks on the top leaderboards, right? And I still had a bunch of people asking me, why am I not running quacks? It's big damage. This and this person are doing it for big damage. I'm like, it's not actually big damage. It's a bigger number, but it's not big damage. And the amount of people that get misled because of that. Again, it's just not understanding how things are, yeah. So like, I don't blame the people that get misled, I just have a bone to pick with the people that misled them. Because the people misleading them know they are misleading them, that's the thing. On Blessed Hammers, for example, the build I'm running right now, I don't recommend quacks on the pit pushing, simply because it's not that big of a difference, and it makes the build potentially a lot harder to play for most people, but technically it is a good option, right? I don't personally put it because I don't think it's good enough to justify having to deal with it, and then, like, for example, on bosses you take longer, right? I personally don't like that. It's not big enough to justify, but it's fine, because, you know, Blessed Hammers is not scaling its damage with resource, like lunging was. Ooh, Salig. Hey, we got Mythic back to back. This is the Salig that's gonna get us Starless, right? I don't know if I have enough doggos. If I don't, I can just convert, to be fair. Yeah, I don't think I have enough doggos, but I can just convert the boss mat, if need be. Ooh, another good ring. I've not gotten a single mythic sanctification on my Paladin yet. To be fair, I've not gambled as much as I did on my Barb, but still. Honestly, I don't know enough about the NBA to understand that comparison. I just don't. I love basketball, but I do not keep up with NBA at all. Because NBA has different rules, and I don't know why. It's only like NBA that has different rules, but I don't quite understand why, but about Auto Barb, sure. I should be able to answer it. Anything on Barb except Bleed. Bleed, it's, I don't touch it with a... I don't touch Bleed. Anything else? I have a pretty good idea. XXX per game because that is easy to compare for different amount of games. Yeah. I mean, in D4 we just don't have a way to show DPS. You can only show big numbers, right? So I don't really think we even need that, to be fair. I really think it's a non-issue, just people needing to be better educated on how damage actually works. But my gear auto like 20 crit damage and max resource. Maxing crit damage doesn't mean anything. Crit damage has the same value as any other additive damage. Like what you're talking about is like when you look at this, when you look at your damage here, right? Are you looking at that? 5k crit damage, right? Look what happens. 10k? Huge! A lot of damage. No. I only have 831 crit damage. It has no... It doesn't influence crit damage at all. Like, it doesn't matter. You see, that 10k damage is a lie. The stat sheet is not actually telling you what your damage is at all. What's happening is that the stat sheet picks up whatever critical damage multipliers you have and shoves it on the additive damage, even though that's not how damage calculation works. Because if I put this up again, see? My crit damage is still the same. So, but crit damage has the same value. For example, all damage. For example, all of this all damage is a lie. I only have 687. So it doesn't matter if it's crit damage, if it's vulnerable damage, if it is, I don't know, close damage, damage while berserking, all of that, it's the same. There's no reason to try and max this specific stat. There's no reason whatsoever in Diablo 4. Increasing this stat by 100, or this stat, or this stat, or whatever stat, or in this case, only damage for me, because my skill deals only damage. As long as it applies to your skill, aka berserking, if your skill is fire damage, all of that, as long as it applies to your skill, it has all the same value. All the additive have the same exact value. assuming we're talking about, you know, 100 vuln, 100 crit, 100 close, 100 berserking, all of that, right? But like, when you're talking about diminishing returns, you still have diminishing returns when it comes to additive damage, right? That's why additive damage normally is something that you don't take too much. Although this season, it's not so true. That is not so true this season. Because this season we lost a bunch of tempers. And additive damage is actually kinda useful to some degree. But yeah. The main thing is, if you already have a big stat, like, for example, strength is giving me a 478 multiplier. If I have an option between getting 50% more damage from strength or getting a completely different 30% multiplier, the 30% multiplier would be better because I already have a lot of this multiplier. That 50% would only realistically increase my damage by, I wanna say 15-20% damage, something like that. Like it's not really an easy calculation to do in my head. But the other one is just 30 flat out because, you know, it's not competing. Because the thing with multipliers is that they multiply each other, right? But if you're already getting a multiplier for a multiplier that you already have, it's adding on to that one, and it's multiplying all others multipliers except that one. While if you get a new one, it multiplies all multipliers no matter what. Yeah, it's better to have multiple multipliers than having one. I mean, let me actually, you know, pull up my trusty calculator here. For example, if you have, let's say we have a 1000% multiplier, right? Let's say we have 1000% multiplier would be, let's say 1000%, right? That would be, for the damage calculation, it would be 1. Okay. For damage calculation, it would be 1 times 1000 divided by 100, because we're talking about percentage, right? We'd get, this would be, your damage would be, your damage times 11. This is what would happen, right? But let's say we have, instead of having a single source of 1000, we have 2 sources of 500, right? What would happen instead would be, so you'd have 1 plus 5, which would be 500 divided by 100, right? And then this would be times, where's the times? Times 1, another 1 plus 5, right? Right? This would be way better, right? Just by having them split, this would be now a 36 times multiplier instead of an 11 times. So let's say we reduce the numbers. Let's say they're only, what? Let's do 250, right? If they are 250, this would be, so 1 plus 2.5, right? Times 1 plus 2.5. Oh, whoops. Times 1 plus 2.5, sorry. Right. Thus, a total of 500% multiplier is better than a single 1000. Oh wait, my calculator is not showing. Why? I was just talking and calculator. Damn it, why was calculator not showing? My OBS trolled me. Why is this working this way? Whatever, I have it saved here. So like, if you do 1000, it will give you 11 there, right? If you split that 1500, yeah, but I like to, like, I pulled up the calculator and now they trolled me, but yeah. If you only have 500, it's 36. even only have a 500 total and splitting that 2 ways, it's still better than having 1000 of a single source. Having different multipliers, it's just insanely good. If you can split the multipliers up, that's what people refer when they're talking about diminishing returns, even though it's not necessarily diminishing returns by the definition of the word. That's what people mean with diminishing returns. My OBS trolled me, I don't know why. Garden, it needs to go up by more than the existing one. Like, way more. For example, if you have a 100%, if you have a 100% multi, you would to compete with a new 50%. Let me do some head maths here. Yeah, to compete with a new 50%, that 100 would need to get another 100% on top of it, right? Or else just a new 50% would be better. Oh, oops. I was talking, I forgot to drop the gear. And the more and more you have, the more ridiculous this becomes.
They were nothing. Did you truly think all of this would be that easy? You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
Like, I still don't know why they have not updated the stat sheet, because it misleads people so much. Because, like, on other games, it normally does not work like this. And Diablo 4 didn't work like this at the beginning. When Diablo 4 came out, Vulnerable was its own multiplier, crit damage was its own multiplier, overpower was its own multiplier, and so on. Additive damage was actually very rare to get. But they changed that. And, you know, most games don't do it that way. And that's why a lot of people get this confused, because the stat sheet does not reflect that. I don't even know what the stat sheet reflects, because it doesn't even reflect what happened before. It's just whenever you get a certain multiplier, for example for crit damage, let's say you get Grandfather. Grandfather just doubles whatever damage you do when you crit. But that's not what the... By the way, you could do this if you don't know. You can actually click this. I found this out this season. This has been a thing for a while though. But like, if you have a Grandfather, for example, right? Just doubles your damage whenever you crit. That's it. 100% doubles your damage whenever you crit. But on your stat sheet, it actually doubles your crit damage. Which would be very bad if that was actually what was going on. Luckily it's not. But yeah. Grandfather would be like very bad if it was just doubling your crit damage.
You think you've won? This is just the beginning.
Oh, is this good? It's totally useless. You just long for a scroll to find those couple things. Like, the thing is, the stat is there. That's the worst part, is that, like, again, my crit damage is 515.1. Right? It is there. But for some reason they hide it behind this number that means nothing. Why? I don't know. But like that 515 is my actual crit damage. It is here. But I don't know. I don't know who came up with that idea. The same thing with the weapon damage, right? This weapon damage right now, or it was your attack power before, it means nothing. Look at this, I have no damage. Actually, the weapon damage, is it this now? What is weapon damage now? Actually, I don't know. Is it your actual weapon damage now? It seems like it is. Oh, this actually means something now then. Yeah, okay, yeah. This means something. Okay, the weapon damage means something. Okay, I didn't notice when they changed this. Yeah, the weapon damage actually means something. What we had before is the attack power, which also meant nothing. You could have a very low attack power and be doing tons of damage. And that misled people a lot as well. Good thing they removed that. I mean, it's not like this means anything, but at least it's correct. You know, at least it's correct. Doesn't mean much, but it is correct. I believe. Maybe it's not, but as far as I can tell, it looks to be correct. I mean, they clearly have a problem with consistency. Because there's a lot of times, for example, you can see there on Banished Lords, right? You have an X after the percentage. That's to indicate if it's gonna be an additive, if it's going into the additive pool, or if it's a multiplier by itself. A lot of times that's okay, not a lot of times, but there's a good portion of times that's just wrong and it gets fixed later down the line. Like, I don't know to what degree they have like someone there fully understands the whole damage calculation thing. Like it's just a problem because it's a big company, and especially the it's not the devs' fault. It's just the fact that they have had so much turnover the last few years because of all the acquisitions the Blizzard went through, right? There was a lot of layoffs, new hires, new hires, and you know the things just get lost. Like they probably do not have class specialists and stuff like that, like they used to have, and things like this just get through the cracks. If you don't have someone that's specialized into those things, they easily get through the cracks. Like, to be honest, that's not something only... This is not only a Blizzard issue. This is just... Basically every tech company, mostly on the game, at least on the gaming side of things. I can't speak for the whole tech companies because I don't pay too much attention to them. But when it comes to gaming, there's a lot of companies that are just letting go, like losing their most experienced devs and stuff like that have the most time in the company. Not necessarily firing them, but they're just not giving them the... it's not appreciation the word, but you know, not giving them the respect they deserve in the company, not, you know, actually giving them the proper salaries they should get, because, you know, right now it's AI, but before it was something else that they're just making excuses for, and those people eventually leave. And when it comes to big projects like this, the best way to guarantee that you keep the same quality is to have like a mentor system, right? But that does, like, people, like, the turnover is so fast on a lot of these companies that you don't have time for that. And a lot of how things are done just gets lost. People just don't know. They don't pass that knowledge on because, well, they're no longer the company. And the new people just have to kinda are thrown to the wolves and, you know, figure that out. But as the same issue, yeah. Like, especially when it comes to coding, because the thing with coding is that it's a lot of it is kind of personal in a way. Because, like, there's many different ways to code the same exact program. Like, you can code the same exact thing with 10 lines of code or 100 lines of code, right? And even if you code with the same lines of code, you can code it completely differently. That's why it's kind of a, it's not just gaming, just any kind of tech companies, but like, especially to see this in tech right now. It's American way to live, honestly. It's kind of a big... it's kind of, the problem kind of comes, a lot of the issues we have nowadays when it comes to stuff related to online stuff on the West at the very least, a lot of it sadly comes from the American way. Because it's just the language that everyone speaks, right? It's English. And what's the biggest English country? America. At least the most influential. Because Australia is quite big, but not as influential as the USA. Locked. I might as well just convert all of them. We're gonna need all of them to finish leveling. I spent a bit of time talking about the damage thing, so we ended up losing our shrine. But it's fine.
Did you truly think all of this would be that easy? You think you've won? This is just the beginning!
Yeah. You want Canada? Go there. They're very accepting. Just don't piss them off. I've heard Canadians are like that. Like, Canadians are literally the epitome of like that person that's super chill. Like that, you know, everyone loves them. They're super chill, whatever, right? But if you piss them off, you don't want to piss them off. As from the few history of Canada I know, when they are pissed off, it doesn't end up well. Okay, pissing off Canadians is not smart. They are very lovely people until you piss them off. Yep. And as he wants everything. Don't worry about it. He wants everything. Canada is not special. He just wants everything. Yeah, the thing with it is that, like, we all know examples of why like communism and socialism left unchecked can be bad, right? And I'm fairly certain that America is starting to become the example of why capitalism unchecked can also be bad. All of those systems unchecked will eventually lead to will eventually be problematic. Because like a free market, like when you think about capitalism, you think about free market, right? A free market sounds very good. Like you put in the effort, you know, you work your ass off, you go up. Everyone likes that. Everyone can agree with that. You put in effort, you go up. The problem becomes when, well, how do you compete nowadays? Like, I know how to compete with someone. Like, let's say, you have the money. If you have the money, you can just bully anyone out of a market. That's the problem. That's the problem you have. If you already have the money, you can bully someone out of a market. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Like, look at Uber and all of that, right? They did that. I'm sure almost all of us know that whenever Video Gamer Glaze, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Whenever Uber came out, right, the prices were insanely low, right? It was such a good offer. It's not anymore, is it? Because they bullied competition out of the market. Now they can raise prices as much as they want. That's how capitalism works. In reality. That's how it works. That's how you get monopolies and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how you get monopolies. It's one of the big issues with capitalism, it's monopolies. That's why you can't, in a realistic world, you can never have a fully free market. You want the mostly free market, you don't want a full free market. Because people will just exploit it if you allow them to. There are people out there that just don't care. Can I outsource all of my labor to sweatshops in China and have kids work for less than $1 a day? Well, I'm gonna do that if you allow me to do that, right? Using our world in Barb quakes. Hope you're having fun with that. I play it a lot this season. I'm trying to make Paladin earthquakes work. We're just trying to get this last 300. We're just trying to hit that 300 Paragon. And we're gonna go back to the earthquakes Paladin. Is there any country with regulated capitalism? Most countries with capitalism have it regulated in some way, shape or form. America is probably the one that it's the least regulated. Looking for competence? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the Oh, I didn't even look at that. Whoops. Maybe it was good, maybe it was not. We'll never know now. It's in the pile. Once it goes into the pile... Dude, I'm already lagging. Once it goes into the pile, it's lost forever. It's lost medium. Let's have fun with Barb. I think I need to improve on max resource though, definitely. Honestly, same. But... my, I got the Paladins with like... a really low resource amount. But I ended up sanctifying Grandfather on it, so... it is what it is. Like, if you look at like most first world countries, like whatever that defines, right? But like, if you look at Europe, most of America, I mean, most of North America, not all the South America is a bit more iffy, but most of them are it's capitalist societies. To a degree, but with regulations. Most of them is what you would call... what's the name? It's like... it's... there's a word for this, but basically there are societies that combine a bit of... like, that are mainly capitalistic, but combine a lot of, like, socialism stuff to kind of fill the gaps where capitalism fails. And that's kind of the right way to go about it, is like, if you have a system that has flaws, if you have multiple systems, each of them have their flaws, but their strengths kind of fix the flaws of each other, you just gotta combine it. We're literally missing one boss. I can't believe this. We're literally missing one boss. This is tragic. To see you hit 300? Yeah. This is tragic. We're missing one boss. One single boss. Oh. Okay, first of all, let me get rid of all of my runes. I mean, it's just a bit of fear. It's not only that, like, a lot of, especially a lot of the, like, especially when you start getting into, like, people with, like, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds and stuff like that, 70, not 17, 70, there's a deep-rooted fear in like, stuff that's a bit more socialistic, a bit more communistic and stuff like that. They have such a big fear. For example, I am young. I was not raised in that fear. I can look, for example, like I can look at China and be like, yeah, you know, China does have some problems. We all can look at China and be like, there are problems there, right? But I can also look at it and be like, and I can look at it and see, yeah, but for example, their public transportation system is amazing. Like, I can point out the flaws, but I can also look at it and see what they did right. Right? Because we all know it has many flaws. Right? I'm not going to point them all out because I don't want any to come after me, right? But we all know it has many flaws, but also has good stuff. But the thing is, people have such a big fear of, like, that system as a whole that they can't even look at what it does right. And instead of, like, learning from it, Like, instead of, for example, looking at it, saying, okay, this is bad, throw it away, we don't want that. But this small portion here, it's actually good. Let's learn from it and implement it to what we do. People are just afraid, sadly. And that's sadly what motivates people. It's fear. There's good and bad, like a very, yeah. But sadly, so many, like, honestly, that's a big problem nowadays. People nowadays, like you can see, especially with the internet and TikTok, not necessarily just TikTok, but all of that like fast content kind of thing. People are just, oh, did I go pick my runes up? Yes, okay. Okay, do we go get the last level? Yeah, let's go get the last level. Okay, let's just go kill, I don't know, let's go kill this guy. People just get so split, like there's a lot of tribalism online. Like, there's a lot of tribalism online. And that's mainly because of fear. People just fear something. And, you know, algorithms are just made to feed you more and more and more. And then your fear just goes to the moon. Like... And then you cannot look at things objectively, and you miss all the good stuff because you are just so deadly afraid of something, sadly. You know. Well, honestly, the thing is, I don't think younger generations have that much of a problem. Like, the younger you are, the less... Okay, the less and the more affected by it you are, I think. Because, to a degree, you are way more exposed to the whole world, right? Because, like, I don't know, 200 years ago, you only knew what was going on around your city, maybe you knew what was going on around your country, but you didn't know what was going on the other side of the world, right? You just had no idea. Hey, we got 300, let's go. Big. But nowadays, you're just so, like, if you want to, that's the thing. Like, nowadays, most young people know how to use a computer, right? Know how to easily search things. If not a computer, their cell phone, right? And if you want to be informed nowadays, you can. Like, as someone that's young today has access to the world of information, literally. You can get all the information in the world you want. So if you want to be informed about stuff, you can. But you just have to avoid the slop talk. Congrats on 300, thank you. Duriel got the trophy, yeah. I didn't want to come to Duriel because I'll start getting these corrupted horns, right? And then it's harder because you can only get 20 of them, but yeah. Like I said, almost always younger is more right because they look openly to new things. There's a bit of both, to be fair. But yeah. There we go, we got 300. Now we're gonna sanctify all of this. Do I sanctify it on my Paladin or my Barb? I guess I don't care. I'm just gonna sanctify it on the Paladin. Because on the Barb I want worst case scenario, fire damage. And I can get fire damage on the Paladin. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the only thing I don't want to sanctify is this. This is a sale. I don't know if it will sell, but it's pretty good. Max aspect, GA on two of the most important stats. Yes, brandish, you didn't get GA on the brandish, but like, ranks is not that big of a deal. You already get so many ranks. So it's not bad at all. It would be better than strength for sure, but you know, not the worst.
Solid bits here. More there than I thought.
The name of this song. It is the opening of Freedom for the first season. I don't quite know the name because it's in Japanese, but it's the first opening of Freerun from Yasobi. Oops, I smacked the mic. There you go.
More there than I thought.
Let's get these big sanctifications going, hopefully. Sorry, I love the Tanya. Yes, second season is coming out right now. I've been watching it. It's starting kind of slow as well, like the first season, but it's already really cool. It's already developing a lot of stuff, which is nice.
Some solid bits.
You already had some fight stuff as well.
There's a good one.
Burn is honestly, even though it's not necessarily my favorite anime, it's one of my favorite animes, and
There than I thought.
objectively speaking, I believe it's like the best anime we have, like, that we have, literally.
Some solid
It's
bits
such a masterpiece in all things. Like, it does everything extremely well. Everything. OST, openings, general music, the art is beautiful. The character development, not only the main cast, but everything else is amazing. The world development is amazing. The fight scenes are amazing. Everything in that anime is amazing. Like, there's a lot, like, there's animes like, for example, Solo Leveling, which is a very good anime if you want an action anime, but it doesn't develop the world properly. A lot of the side cast does not get development as the main character, for example, right? The soundtrack is amazing as well. Like, the soundtrack, Solo Leveling soundtrack is amazing as well, let's be honest here. And the fight scenes are very good as well.
There's a good one.
But it fails on some points. While Freerun nails everything. Are 2 episodes of season? Yes. It started 2 weeks ago. Ikaro no Go? That one I do not know. Neon Genesis Evangelion I do know. Dude, I watched Neon Genesis Evangelion. I watched Evangelion.
Than I thought.
When I was Omega Young, and when we had that scene where Shinji went to visit Asuka at the hospital, right? I didn't understand what happened. I did not understand at all what happened there. I was so young, I was so naive that I didn't understand what happened in that scene. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm being very PG about it, but you know what I'm talking about. I did not understand what happened. Yeah, but for example, now Guns Evangelion I also advise watching. Right now I'm finishing Sword Online Alicization. Honestly, the Sword Online is one of my favorite animes as well. And the 3rd season, which is what you're watching right now, it's probably the best season.
More there than
I honestly think it's better than the first core of the first season, which is what most people like about Sword Online. I honestly think Alicization is just better. It's such a good season. Sword Art Online, like, a lot of people got disappointed on it because they're expecting it to be something like what Solo Leveling is right now. But Sword Art Online is a romance light novel. So, like, yes, it has action, but the big part is kind of the relationship of stuff. And a lot of people got kind of blindsided by it because they didn't know where the original material was coming from. Just they just got blindsided, and then they started hating on the anime because of that. So
Wear the stars around your neck. What color and brilliance.
then boy taken over Go Master Ghost. So Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm sorry now.
I'll keep my forge hot. Turn soon.
Just action. I already knew it was gonna be like that, and like it can be a bit corny. It is a romance anime at the end of the day, so it is a bit corny sometimes, and some people just don't like that. It is what it is. Like it was way more popular. Like for example, in Japan, if you went to like the top favorite characters, Sword Art Online, both Kirito and Asuna completely dominated the charts for years after the anime came out. Because in Japan, people knew what the anime was about, right? So they didn't get blindsided. The Western community did, though. It was still an insanely popular anime. Oh, you got another... Wait! Okay. When you get an additional J on the item... This was a 13%. This was a 13%. This was not a 14%. Oh, it's because you get an additional J on the item. Oh, okay. So, item, whenever a unique has GAs, right? Whenever a unique has GAs on it. For example, let's say you have an unique with 2 GAs. Let's say an unique has an effect that goes from 20 to 40. If it has 2 GAs, it can only go from 25 to 40. 3 GAs, 30 to 40. 4 GAs, it can only go from 35 to 40. Right? I think that's what's happening here. Whenever you get the additional GA, it recalculates what the aspect would be. So it becomes higher. I think that's what's happening here. This already happened to me on my other Herald of Zakarum, the one I started the season with. It was a 49 and it was upgraded to a 50 because it got an additional... I remember that it got G on the life, I believe. Oh, okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter much, but I guess. That's interesting. Huh. Let me actually put the reminder here to bring that up. Okay, wrong chat. Sanctification GA improves the aspect roll. There you go. I'll finish that off later. I probably didn't know why. Yes, I also didn't know why. I just realized I just made the association now. Because it got I saw this was I knew this was a 2GA. This was a 2GA shadow and cooldown, 30%. And it got an additional GA on lucky chance and it became a 14. Yeah, I don't remember which gear I checked. And have to check everything else again. We didn't get anything good, did we? I have a better grandfather with strength already. This one got an additional GA. This is all Garbaggio. Bomb. Ah. We are 300 now. Let's go back to our earthquake boy. to our Paladin Earthquake. Makes getting the J a bit better, I guess. I mean, it was never necessarily a bad outcome, it was just not what you're looking for. Oh yeah, let me run Air Perdition instead. Because to play with Crown of Lucian, I need to spam so much. I need to be a keyboard warrior, basically. And I do, contrary to popular belief, I do somewhat care about my wrists. Somewhat. So unless I'm actually, whenever we actually finish leveling the glyphs, and I actually give it a proper, a proper shake. This is very good. I've been getting incredibly lucky with getting pants with GA potion capacity and good stats. Damn. Everything else is yeah, scrap. Okay. I still don't have... My glyphs are super underleveled on this character. Super underleveled. Oh yeah, I forgot I need to do the potion thing. It's so crazy how the damage goes. Okay, there we go. Now we're doing damage. I used all my potions. I just want, like, I'm fairly certain this is not gonna be, like, better than most Paladin builds. I kinda just wanna see if I can make it better than Earthquake on Barbarian. I just wanna see if Paladin is that broken that I can even make Earthquake better here. If we had access to the aspects and all of the other Earthquake shenanigan you have on Barbarian, maybe you can make it be kinda broken. Without it, an average Paladin build will potentially be better. But I wanna see how far I can take it, kind of, though. The one issue I see on this build right now is that we have a lot of damage that needs to be stacked. We have our potions, we have our arbiter that needs to be stacked. Oh god. Where is the stream okay? The stream seems to be okay, it's just server lag. It's great. Yeah, it's I just want to see if I can clear like 110 with it. Because that's kind of where Barbarian and Earthquake is at, without like very good sanctifications. If I can do that, that would be crazy. Like, and I do not know to what degree this is fully optimized, you know? Maybe there's ways for me to make this build even better. But like, I literally just... Like, it's probably close to the best it can be right now. But this is not necessarily something that has been explored before. So, like, I don't even know... For example, on lunging, I know exactly the amount of attack speed you want to spawn earthquakes, like the most earthquakes per second you can. I know exactly the amount of attack speed, which is 50%. On advance, I have no idea. So, for example, that I can make the build better if I know that. I do not. So we're just gonna throw attack speed at it and see which feels better, kind of though. I still need to see if it's better to Oh, I scrapped those. Oh, that was dumb. I scrapped some of the boots we got, the advanced boots we got. I should have saved them to try it right now. Because I don't know to what degree my my advance is actually doing damage. Because like all of my damage multipliers are like general multipliers, right? And my advance is also a physical damage skill. So all my multipliers should apply to advance as well. Been doing 85 pits on my Barb. I'm doing Origin on hardcore, and it's crazy how powerful it is. Yeah, I mean, all the only builds on Barb that can compete with which one do I increase? Chip, I guess. It's Spirit, actually. Yeah, no, it's actually no, it's owned. The only builds on Barb that can compete with Paladin right now are Lunging and Hammer of the Ancient. And that's when you start talking about Double Soul League. Before Double Soul League, nope. Before Double Soul League, they are not even comparable. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything since I swapped to this today. Yeah, the only potential improvement I see here is if we swap this Fanatism or Potency for On Guard ranks, for example, right? Because I'm not sure which one is better, the Fanatism or Potency or On Guard. I'm not 100% on which one is better. Like, I don't think there's anything else. Yes, I can spend the rest, the 12 points, whatever. It doesn't really make a difference. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to see is why the hell is my life so low? First of all, it's like I have more life than my I have more life on my gear than my Blessed Hammer Paladin, but my Blessed Hammer has more HP. Yeah, I have life on gloves, I have life on the ring, I don't have that on my Blessed Hammer Paladin. And somehow it has more HP than this. My Blessed Hammer Paladin has 30k HP with the incenses. Like, the only difference is a single Paragon board, and both of them have life nodes. Did I just... Wait, did I miss, like, life down here? No, we haven't. Why am I missing so much life, then? I guess I can spend the points here. I forgot this is a physical build. Why the hell? Do I not have some of these things activated, maybe? It's thorns, we don't care. Okay. I do not know why I'm missing so much HP then. Like, both are running Shroud, both are running Air Predation. These two both have life on both builds. The gloves don't have life on my Blessed Hammer. And both rings on the... one of the rings on Blessed Hammer actually has life. So that's fine, they both have life here. And then they both have life on the shield and on the weapon. So I have one extra life roll on this build. But somehow Blessed Hammer is like... 300 plus... 3000 plus more HP? What? Why? I don't know what the hell I'm missing. There must be something, like I must be missing something, there's no way. Yeah, I can't, on this build we need to start with weaker packs so we can kill all of them. I still need to play Arthen. There's been so much other stuff that I just have to get going and stuff like that. I didn't have time to test, to like mess around with all the builds yet. I still want to make a Blessed Spear. I didn't mean to trigger that. Potions. I wish I could choose not to pick a potion. Low-key.
Another all for the taking. See? Break. In fury.
Got scrolls, nice. Yeah, what's the damage type? It's solid damage. I really want to try and make a build with this, with a Spear of Heavens. I said Blessed Spear, but I meant Spear of Heavens. It is Adjudicator skill as well. Yeah, what happens if does it stop being Adjudicator skill? It still is. Okay. Like, I don't want to make like the Judgment build with it, but like an actual Spear of Heaven build. I don't think we'll be able to do 100 fast. I don't think the Earthquake Paladin is that broken. I don't think Paladin is broken, I mean, that broken. It's not broken enough to make Earthquakes better than on Barb, I don't think. It's like right now we have all the glyphs at 46, so like... the rest of the upgrades are not gonna be that big. Right? I mean, they're still dealing respectful damage at the 100. Maybe, you know, maybe. Oh. Yeah, the issue is survivability because my HP pool is so low and I'm not quite sure why yet. And like, advance is not that great to proc life on hit. But simply, it's just not. Oof. Not gonna lie, I was expecting it to be a bit stronger than this. I mean, it's still doing a 100, which is, you know, it is something. I'm actually surprised that I'm not clearing this that much slower than I clear the 100s. The 90s, I mean. I was clearing 90s in what? 4 minutes? 4 minutes and a half? Yeah, look at my damage now though. I'm not gonna lie, I think a good portion of my damage is actually advanced as well. As you can see here that my yeah, we can probably see this better on the boss actually. Cause like now I'm full stacks on everything basically. Let's see. I mean, the earthquake did do a 74 billion hit. It's not like it's doing 0 damage. It's hard to say, like... Yeah, her HP is still going down when I'm not hitting her. But it definitely goes down faster when I am hitting. Like, I feel like this build is like... I don't know, maybe 70% damage earthquakes, 30% damage the advance itself. Like, the advance does the non... Like, does do some damage. It's not doing negative damage, you know? Yeah, I'm just a bit worried about survivability because I don't understand why my HP is so low.
Your reality is a dream. I've come to wake you.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Yeah, but I think I'll have to consider investing a bit more into attack speed. I think the best way to go about this is to make an advanced build and also deal damage with earthquakes. So like I feel like you can definitely scale advanced better. And then you just have extra damage from the earthquakes kind of deal. Instead of doing it the other way around. But at that point it's no longer an earthquake build, right? So I hate this modifier. There's some mob like Omega far away that is giving that guy immunity and there's nothing I can do about it except try to hunt it down. Why can't I attack? This pit is going way slower than the other one. Probably because I'm not using my potions. Dude, this spikes deal so much damage. It's actually insane. The spikes deal way too much damage because all of my damage multipliers are global. I actually scaled their damage quite well. Like I literally randomly did a 500,000 hit with one of those spikes. Like my earthquakes are not doing 500,000,000 here, but the spikes are. Kinda wild. Yeah. I think we have seen its potential. It's I would say it's probably as good as it's probably as good as like Earthquakes on Barbarian, which is still kind of impressive in a way. Maybe slightly better. It's not as fun though. Like this build has so much stuff that you need to upkeep that it's not as fun as playing Earthquakes on Barbarian, that's for sure. Tomorrow patch balances tower, boss health, and placeholders get replaced. Honestly, I don't care that much. I'm not excited at all about the tower. My opinion about the tower is still quite negative. Oh, where's my Those are highlights.
I'll see you again.
I really don't think tower as tower and leaderboard, especially leaderboards, has any place in Diablo 4 as it is right now. There's absolutely no point to it, and it's just gonna make the game worse, but that's one guy's opinion, I guess. What happened here? We have a bunch of treasure breachers just waiting for us here. Huh. Wait, I should run this on the Paladin, no? Probably. There's a bunch of gear I would like to get on my Barb, granted.
I don't like this place.
Dude. I don't know if it's the game or if it's the... Yeah, but my stream is fine though, so it's likely the game. Yeah, there's a big amount of lag going on. Gobble bag. Honestly, do I just go next? I could just go next. Yeah, why not? Get all this gear. I still need to get one mythic on the... what's it called? Let's forget the name. The Sabra, yes. I still haven't gotten a mythic on that unique. Ideally, I would also love to get the Melted Active Salik somewhere else. Instead of my mace for the push variant. Hello, Butcher. There was a Butcher back there, I think. Poor guy. No one respects the butcher anymore. I need to kill that guy or else he's gonna run away. Know what you are. Definitely butcher. What's up, Papa Powerbomb? There's a goblin over there. I have like 2000 Belial mats or something at this point. Money good dig for your thanks. Hope you have a wonderful week as well. Hopefully myself, I will hopefully get my internet fixed tomorrow, which will be Pog. Because right now I'm my internet cable got accidentally cut yesterday. Not yesterday. Wait, 2 or 3 days? 3 days ago? Wait, oh, I forgot to kill the guy, really? So yeah, we're currently on data, which is kind of finicky for streaming. It's been working somewhat well. It sometimes goes down for like a couple of minutes. It hasn't happened on stream yet, but it does happen. Because it's data, so... They came today and they were like, yeah, you know, this is actually gonna need something else, and they went away. Even though I told them that the cable was cut, for some reason they were just informed that I didn't have connection. Even though I told the person that, you know, picked up the phone that my cable was cut. They're like, oh, we don't have the things to fix it. No shit, you needed a new cable. They're like... You know? They didn't even tell me when they're coming. I'm just assuming they're coming tomorrow. But they didn't tell me they're coming tomorrow, but, you know? I'm hoping.
No fears, dear.
I had to wake up at like 8 p.m. 8 a.m. today. Just to wait for them. For absolutely no reason. Very sad. I'm gonna have to go back. Ooh. Yep. Goblin? No. Okay. There we go. Well, two of them on blind burrows, really. Actually, how many... Oh, we have a bunch of prisms, actually. Not prisms, the mythic thing, I'm forgetting the name. Just saw it. The sparks, yeah. I'm gonna need to buy some runes and craft more Saligs. I'd love to either hit the Starless on the Salig, that would be the biggest hit. Or, you know, Salig on the Salig. That would be nice. Oosh, holy leg. 600. Yeah, but the stream is fine. Just... Okay, I'm just lagging with the server. Yep. A lot of loot. Much appreciated. Wait, I need to go back there. Oops. Yoink.
It's a fight you want. Good get for you.
Oh, God. To go back. Maybe what it be. There's goblins here, so I didn't pay attention to the statue. To be fair, I'm probably just a bit on autopilot right now. Because I'm not someone that usually wakes up super early like I did today. I'm more of a night owl kind of person. So I'm probably just a bit more on auto mode than I usually am at this hour. I've still seen this guy. Yeah, totally. I don't know, for me, it's just like at night it's so more quiet, you know? I prefer it. Like you don't have all that noise that you have during the day. Like, I am someone that's omega hyper aware of my surroundings at all times. So like, my surroundings kind of being quiet. Just, you know, that's probably why. Just feels better, you know? Was it 70? God damn. That sounds painful.
It's locked.
Like, I enjoy waking up early when like I'm like when I go like to a family house that we have like in a village and stuff like that. Spark of old people. Like I actually enjoy waking up early when I'm in quiet places. Again, I think it's more because of the like noise pollution that you have in cities. Because like when I'm in a place that's quiet, I enjoy waking up early. Because like you get that morning view and all of that, right? It's very lovely. But in a city you don't really get that view anyway. Like there's no perks to it, you're just kind of a bit more grumpy than usual, at least for me. Right? Yeah. That being said, I think I'm gonna end the stream a bit early today. So, because I'm just on like an autopilot at this point. So thanks for coming, guys. We did get 300 today. Sadly, the earthquake didn't quite work out. I mean, it's decent, but like, why play that when you can play any other Paladin build? You know? Did oversleep? Wake up at... Okay, I don't wake up that early. Normally I wake up like 11 a.m. But yeah, guys, thanks for coming. Make sure to sub or follow if you want to get notified when I do go live again, or join the Discord if you, to get the role there. I'm not sure if I'll stream tomorrow. I'll have to see, because I'll probably have to deal with all the internet stuff tomorrow. So I'll let you know on the Discord, or you get pinged if you're following. So yeah, thanks for coming, guys, and see you guys in the future. Oops, wrong one. Maybe in 1 or 2 days. I'll probably not stream tomorrow if I have to deal with the internet stuff. And the future, I do not know, because it's gonna depend if the guys actually fix stuff or not. Because they're gonna have to replace the cable, so I'll not be surprised if they screw things up. But yeah, guys, bye-bye.